my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumi Desalu-Vold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Before I start, I want to say how much I enjoy meeting you in the city, in the streets of London. I live for Fumi Nation. I want to give a special shout out to my girlfriend Stella that I met at H&M yesterday. I also want to give a special shout out to Victoria, Queen Victoria, that I also met out there in the streets yesterday just by Westfield Mall. I love you women, I love you girls, I loved our Kiki, I love you Fumi Nation for the love and support, and above all else, I love hearing your stories. You are amazing. You're amazing. I love meeting you. I love meeting your families. I love meeting your children and your grandchildren, and your stories move me all the time. All the time. I live and I love you guys so very much. So what am I wearing, darlings? Well, I'm going out for lunch. It's a business lunch. I also had to get dressed and be a little serious. This is LK Bennett. I took off the label off of my scarf because it was at the corner and it just wasn't giving, you know. Had to take it off. And let me stand up for you so that you can see. It's lovely, jubbly. I live for it. Turning around, there you go, my darlings. And it's basically, what would I call it? It's like a button down silk dress. It's got a little belt to the side, and then it also has a scarf which I have in the middle because it's a bit cold. So this is kind of like my fall look that I'm giving. I thought to myself, let me come and do this video and then I'm just going to step right out. The makeup is Yummy, a new brand, and this is called Olivia. And she's quite fabulous, mama. So this is the blush. Look at the picture, it's so cute, so adorable. These are the blushes. And then some of you might be saying to me, Fumi, we love the red eyelid. It's the best red eye I have seen ever. And look at the palette, gorgeousness, gorgeousness. It's got the big mirror behind. Can you see? I live and love so I can do my makeup. And yeah, Olivia Bold and Vibrant eyeshadow palette, Bold and Vibrant blush palette, and I paid this with my own coin, Ula's money. So why are we here, my darlings? Why are we here? We are here because, you know what, before I start, let me say this. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the movie of this Sean Diddy Combs saga. I'm just looking for tissue. Hold on, it's not even here. I should put tissue. Let me put tissue in your bag because there we go. Let me just put that in because once I finish this, I'm out. Okay, so what I was saying was that I cannot wait for the Diddy movie. I cannot wait for actors to come together, for an entire studio to really come together and just give us a fabulous film. Because when I tell you that Diddy's family and his mother in this fabulous wig, when I tell you, showed up at the court. court for his hearing, because everybody thought it was going to be a bail hearing. Why? Because the judges have been switched out. The judge that was there before can't go through with it because of conflicting scheduling, timing, something, do that, whatever. But we now have a new judge, or should I say Diddy has a new judge, and in so doing, it now gives precedence for his defense team to now appeal for a new bail hearing. Okay, are you with me? So that was why everybody was coming for the latest update in hopes to hear of the latest bail hearing. The family showed up. His mother showed up looking fabulous in this wonderful 70s wig. That's what I thought anyway. Puffy comes out, ankles are shackled, and she's blowing kisses to him. I mean, you would have thought that it was the MTV Awards. I was like, what is this? This is serious business. Needless to say, to our shock, horror, and surprise, the defense team now requested a trial date, of which they kind of sort of got, and we have the date, which is the 5th of May. It coincides with the Met Gala. The Met Gala for 2025 is the 5th of May because it's the first Monday of the month of May. And guess what? All of the co-chairs are black men. It did occur to me that, you know what, Puffy could have been one of the co-chairs if he wasn't in this mess. And needless to say, why is he trying, or is defense team, why are they trying to ask an appeal for bail? Why? Where is he going to go exactly? Not the Met Gala, that's for sure. Not any other event ever, that's for sure. But I'm going ahead of myself. Let us go ahead and break it down. So, I live for law. I love law. And a lot of you keep on asking me, Fumi, are you a lawyer? I am a lawyer by association because it's one of the most amazing careers that you would ever have. So for those of you that are thinking, should I study law? My answer to that is yes. Go ahead. Law, medicine, engineering, architecture. Yes, 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 and what and yes. Going back to Diddy Pool, trial will start in May. Trial will start in May. Trial will start in May. It is the defense team that is requesting for the trial to start in May. Now that is a very big ask. Why? Because the prosecutors are out here in these streets, starting with Tony Busby, who has 120 cases, 25 of them being minors, 60 of them men, women, and a 9-year-old. They've got cases. So for you to come and start talking about, we can wrap all of this together, get all of our paperwork, this, that, and the third, for me is a hard stretch. But they want him out. And the thing is, because they have this new judge who just might say, I know about this case and I'm not going to grant him any kind of bail. They're like, okay, you know what? Let's come back to the drawing board and let us ask for a quick, fast trial, because I think he can request a trial within the 90 days. What's the point of that? Well, I'm ahead of myself. I love this. I really, really love the dynamics of it all, not necessarily Diddy. You asked me, Fumi, are you a lawyer? I feel as if I'm a lawyer in this case, and I am kind of trying to help the defense, but I'm not for the defense, if that makes sense. But I'm trying to be neutral. Diddy, your team has to be a dream team. This is not a dream team. Tony, Alexandra, Shapiro, other one, I can't remember their names. This is not a dream team. You have to get a team that wants to fight life and death for you. This ain't it. Because the next thing I heard, they were now accusing the feds that they leaked the Cassie tape just to defame or to disgrace Diddy. I cannot believe that you guys went to law school and you came out of law school and that's your defense. You gotta be kidding me. What are you talking about? Who was on the tape? Diddy. Who was there? Cassie. What are you talking about? It does not matter in this particular case, as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't matter whether they released it or they didn't release it. Who was on the tape? Diddy was on the tape. He gave them the ammunition of which you are trying to dig yourself out of. Please, guys, go back to the drawing board and build a good defense, because if not, everything that is coming to Diddy, he will pay accordingly. And I can be fair and I can be rational. As much as he's being accused of A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, there are some things that I can say, okay, let me pass on that. Do your job. Do your due diligence. Go in and really do the job. It's not about wearing fancy clothes and talking to the press. That's what I do. That's what I can do. You, on the other hand, you have a man here and it's a matter of life and death, and he's got his children out here, most particularly his twins who have lost their mother, lost their dad. They don't know what they're doing. Every time when I see them, is it that they don't know? Maybe they really don't know. I don't know. He is being accused of serious charges. For you to try to come and get a bail hearing, I can understand that, because that means that you'll be open and willing to push the dates for as long as they can, because Diddy will be out here in these streets eating his lobster tail and his crab. Apparently the food is horrible in jail. He's out there in Brooklyn and he's not having any kind of fun. And of course he'll be going through a lot of withdrawals, as he should, because he was popping all kinds of candy when he was out. And he, of course, he added to his bail hearing that you go in for weekly tests, this and that. He's highly influential, still behind bars, and I think more than anything he just wants out. It's amazing how time flies, because it's already been a month that he's been there. Unbelievable, but he's been there already for a month. And so this is what is going on in the streets. And then we have the celebrities who are paying under the table to the victims because they don't want their names coming out. But I know that Tony Busby is going to call out the names in a matter of 30 days. I feel personally, Diddy, you should stay where you're at. Detox. Detox and think of what you are being accused of. Think about the families that you have affected. Above all else, that arrogance has to wear thin. You're still cocky, you're still arrogant, because anybody would know that for you to take the stand is a bad idea. Maybe now it's just dawning on you that you are kind of in trouble. And believe you me when I tell you that there are a lot of people out here in these streets that really want you all the way behind bars for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You and I are the same age, 55. 10 years alone, it means that you're 65. I don't know what time that you're going to get. And I don't know why I'm even trying to give you advice. But I will tell you this. Sober up and know what you have done. And I believe that the time that you are going to spend behind bars from now, at least minimum till spring, your head will begin to be correct. You'll begin to acquire some kind of sense, and it will begin to dawn on you the seriousness and the gravities of which you are being accused of. Just start there. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't see any way out in this. But could you make it worse? Or you could make it much worse. And so, the judge offered them whether they wanted to go in April or in May. I have all of the paperwork here. That's what I'm calling it these days. Oh my God, Fumi. It's not funny. It's not funny. So here we have it. And this is TMZ. And TMZ says one or two things. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But judge sets trial date for Diddy's trafficking and racketeering case. Sean Diddy Combs was back in court on Thursday, October 10th, for a status hearing with Judge Amit Subramanian. His lawyers, prosecutors, and the judge discussed the producer's trial date and evidence exchange. Inner City Press Matthew Russell covered aspects of the hearing on X, formerly Twitter. According to Russell, the judge gave Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, a choice between April and May of 2025 for the trial start. Combs is facing trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in juvi'a charges. The 14-page indictment released last month accuses Diddy of abusive and predatory behavior towards women and others. He pleaded not guilty last month. And then it goes on, I just want to see what else we have here. So the judge says here, because this is interesting, Inner City Press, the judge says, what about the Speedy Trial Act clock? Combs' lawyer, I do not agree that the Speedy Trial waiver is effective. We do not consent before Judge Carter. The judge goes on to say, you've requested a trial in April or May 2025. I can give you either month. Judge, May 5th, the trial will start, or I'll give you April if you want. Puffy's lawyer says we'll take 5th of May. There's a lot of discovery. Judge goes on to say, how long will the government's case be? And then as where Emily Johnson says, 3 weeks, but on and on and on. So that's where we are, my darlings. The defense wants a trial, and I can understand, because Puffy wants to get out. I don't think Puffy ever thought, with all of the money that he has, that he will still be tied up in this. But Diddy, this is what it is. This is what it is. And as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty light so far. Pretty light. I've said it and I'll say it again. Sober up in there. It's only in there that you will really begin to reflect on the ramifications of what is around you, of what you have done, your conscience, all of that. Because you got your mama out here giving out statements, perhaps influenced by you, that just does not make sense. That's all I gotta say. So my darlings, I've got to go for my lunch meeting, and I will see you I will see you sooner than later. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, my darlings. Let's get to 1 million. What is this? And I will see you I'll see you later. I'll see you in court. I'll see you during the trial. Baby, when I tell you, ask me whether you guys would like to have court outfits. What we're wearing to court today, I will wear them all the way here, because I used to work at a PR office. Yeah, back in the day, and I have some really cute outfits out here since I've lost a little bit of weight. A little bit. I gotta go. Mwah, all of my love. Where's my bag?